What's going on YouTube? My name is Riddy, and this is my first kind of vlog or YouTube video sort of thing, and I'm gonna be doing this every now and then from now on. So make sure you just keep checking back in, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And hope you enjoy what I put up. Now we're gonna get right into this. My first video right now is actually gonna be for the cricket fans out there, just in regards to the ICC World T20 that's going on right now. I have my playbook here, and I just jotted some notes down. And this is basically just gonna be a review on what I think is gonna happen, what's been going on so far. It just started, so there's not really much to talk about, but definitely we're just gonna go through this and just gonna talk about my little predictions or whatever. I don't really know too much about what's gonna happen, but this is a first for me. And as I said, feel free to comment and value your input. So basically what's happened in the tournament so far, there's only been about 4 matches. I came in kind of late. I'm not able to watch all the matches because I'm in school right now, but pretty much I try to keep up with as much as possible. So far, Zimbabwe's been demolished by Sri Lanka and South Africa. Honestly, for these guys, I really want to root for Zimbabwe, but I don't think that this is going to be a long tournament for them at all. They're not playing very well from what I've seen so far, and they're pretty much at the bottom of the rankings. They're fighting with Bangladesh at the bottom of the rankings, and it just doesn't look good for them. Australia played Ireland. They pretty much cruised to an easy win. That's pretty much expected. In terms of the matches so far, they've pretty much been the top teams versus the lowest ranked teams and the associate nations, like Ireland and Afghanistan. Afghanistan versus India. That was also an interesting match. I happened to catch most of that. Afghanistan was looking good in the field. They were bowling really well, they looked good, and they actually managed to restrict India to a total of, I think it was 165 or something around there. And that's actually a really good achievement by Afghanistan. India has a really strong batting lineup, and they definitely should have put at least another 20-30 runs on the board. As I said, Afghanistan, they did a good job with their fielding. And then when they came on with their batting, they were looking really good for the first 70-75 runs. They lost a couple wickets, but they were still looking stable, and then they lost the whole plot altogether. They lost about 3 or 4 wickets in a matter of 2 overs, and just basically played themselves right out the game, and which was a shame because I was definitely looking for an upset. Afghanistan, they look alright so far. This wasn't an absolute blowout. I think they pretty much did that to themselves. They should have held the batting up for a little longer, and it would have definitely been a good match to the end. But they lost the wickets, and that's what happened. At this point, who do I think is going to dominate in this tournament? And that's going to actually pretty much go up to the big teams. India, as I said, I don't think India has the best bowling lineup, but their batting lineup is incredible. It's phenomenal. They got a lot of match winners in there, so that's going to be their saving grace, and that's going to be the reason why they're going to be really hard to beat during this tournament. South Africa, another really strong team. They also have a pretty strong batting lineup as well. They bat really deep, probably down to 8 or 9, and their bowling lineup as well is also incredible. England, at this point, England is a very balanced team as well. Now, I'm not too sure if T20 is really their format. I'm putting them up there because they're pretty powerful in everything else in terms of like ODIs and test matches. We'll see what happens this tournament. I remember in the World Cup they really didn't do very well, and I've seen them get beat up a few times in T20s, but I'm not going to rule them out at all. Definitely, I'm pretty sure they'll put up a good standing for themselves as well. They have a really strong batting lineup, as I said. Their bowling is really tidy, and they got some good all-rounders on the side there. They're pretty much, I'd say, in the same position as like South Africa. South Africa has guys like Callis. Who else? Kind of drawing a blank right now. In terms of bowling, like Steen, Callis, Morkel as well, Johan Botha, that'll do a really awesome job bowling. And they have the batting lineup that's just incredible and phenomenal. And the same thing could be said for England. I'm definitely not going to rule out England. They're a force to be reckoned with. Sri Lanka, once again, another team with a pretty explosive batting lineup. The bowling is pretty good as well, and they normally tend to do well in the shorter format of the game. And also as well, they're playing in Sri Lanka, so they have home advantage. So I expect them to do really well as well, perform their best for the home fans. Australia, I have Australia in the list as well to do well in the T20s. I'm kind of iffy about this team right now that they have out there. I'm not confident that they'll make it all the way to the end. They definitely have the potential to do it. I could be wrong though, but I put my money more on teams like South Africa, India, those sort of teams to really take it all the way. Wildcards for the tournament. And I basically list the wildcard as teams that it could really go either way depending on how well their game's going for that day. I have New Zealand. This is a team right now that they've been doing horribly over the past little while, but they have a reputation for punching above their weight, and they could definitely upset a few of the top teams out there. They're not a horror team, but as I said, as of late, they haven't really been playing that well. They went to the West Indies, basically lost all the matches except one, and I believe I don't remember where they went on to after that, but they didn't do too well in that series either. So they really have a point to prove right now, just to show that they could be contenders as well. Ireland is my other wild card team. Well, it's my second wild card team. At this point, we've seen that Ireland does have the potential to really stand toe to toe with the 4 member nations. So I'm definitely not going to rule out some kind of upset from Ireland, and I'm actually hoping that it happens. That'll be great, but I just hope that it doesn't happen against my team, my personal team, which I'm going to talk about now, which is the West Indies. I don't know if you've been a West Indies fan, you know how it is. They could be very, very exciting, and they could be very successful. You think, all right, here we go. We got the team that's been going through a lot. They've had a lot going on in terms of administration, and you know they've been on the decline for at least 10 to 15 years now. Every now and then they come out, they do really well. You're like, yes, that's my team. That's how we're doing it. And then they go and frig it all up, and they lose badly, and they embarrass you and make you not want to tell anybody that you're a West Indies fan. So from them at this point, I'm just hoping for a little more consistency. I know that West Indies has an awesome lineup. Think about it like this. You have a lineup that basically consists of a lot of star IPL players. We all know IPL is the Indian Premier League, a very, very big T20 tournament, probably one of the biggest in the world. And we have stars on our team like Chris Gale, Pollard, Dwayne Smith, Dwayne Bravo. We got the young Narayan who's coming in now, who's really taking over the world stage with his spin. I might have missed out a couple people here and there, but I mean, we have at least 5 or 6 players already who specialize in the format of T20. Now when you go and you add to them the other explosive players they have on the team, we're talking about Andre Russell, the all-rounder, can be devastating with the bat as well as the ball. You have the captain, Darren Sammy. He's not a big wicket taker, but he could definitely keep it tight with his bowling. Definitely put some really quick runs on the board. He could easily go in there and hit 20, 30 runs really quickly. And that's the kind of explosive batting that you need, especially lower down the order in the T20. Darren Bravo as well. Darren Bravo has proven himself with the bat as well. I mean, he's been a little out of touch lately, and he's coming off an injury now, but definitely he can go inside there and really do his thing. Marlon Samuels, once again, somebody else who was in the IPL. He's another one of those guys. He's been in form all this year, and definitely the West Indies has a team that has the potential. They've got the potential to do really well in this tournament, but as history has shown, potential and actual performance are two totally different things. I and a lot of people out there are really hoping for the best for the West Indies, but I'm not going to hold my breath. They could end up crashing and burning losing all the games or getting kicked out really early. And frankly, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm just hoping that that doesn't happen. They have a lot of talent and they could do really well. And they've been doing a little better lately. So I'm just looking forward to good things from them. Who do I predict to win? Honestly, I cannot tell you. I have no idea. No idea who's going to win this tournament. So I'm just going to sit back and watch as much games as I can and follow the scores and follow the progress of the tournament and just see what happens. If I was to put my money on anybody right now, I'd say that I'd look at maybe South Africa. They've been awesome to date in all formats, especially this year. They've been doing really, really well, and I think they're the team at this point. They're riding on a high of their success all this year. They're gonna do really well. As I said, I could be wrong. That's my opinion right now. I'm not Tony Cozier. I don't have any kind of degree in cricketology or not. Yeah, I made that word up. You know, I'm not any kind of analyst. I'm just like a fan of the game, just like you. That's just who I think it's gonna be. Definitely look forward to seeing how the whole tournament's gonna play out, and we'll see what happens. Also, just the last thing before I leave, just make sure you go to ESPN crickinfo.com, sign up a fantasy team, just see how well they do. I got my team out there, the Rhythmizers. I couldn't really think of a better name. Sad, but that's my team. Hopefully we'll do well. Unfortunately, due to like lack of funds, the point allotment that you had, I ended up kind of running out of money near the end. So a lot of my players are like from West Indies just because they're cheaper. So they're the cheapest 4-member team that I could find, you know, who I think is going to go a little ways in the tournament. ESPN crickinfo.com. Go there. There'll be a link down below. If you're a cricket fan, you know that site. That's the site to go to for cricket stats and cricket updates, cricket stories, and that sort of thing. If you don't know about it, definitely check it out. Get your fantasy team there and just keep abreast of what's going on. Alright, so it's your boy Riddy. Take it easy. Peace.